Hello guys and welcome back to this video. Unfortunately I messed up. This is not clickbait. I was going into the Palantir earnings very optimistic, hoping that they're going to, show very good numbers and increase profit margin, and it's going to be a fantastic earnings. And I was even hoping that the stock price would go up after earnings. I even did a video about this that you can see here. But unfortunately, a commenter pointed out something that I missed. And when I started looking into it, I got life scared out of me and I actually counted on it. And I'm pretty sure that Palantir is going to post one of their worst earnings ever. Fortunately, you see how Wall Street has reacted to other very bad earnings. So the way we're going to do it is you're going to subscribe and like this video, and I just want to summarize the video, and then if you don't want to stay for the nerdy numbers, then you're free to leave. I value your time. So the point of the story is that there is two things that are very hard to calculate with. I do believe that the operations of Palantir is going to do excellent. However, you have the stock-based compensation and you have the SPAC investments. And this commenter on my channel basically pointed out that if the SPAC investments that they invested into, they went down in value, even if Palantir didn't sell these, they have to account for this loss. And I started going, oh my god, if the SPACs fell as much as the stock market has fallen since December to March, it's going to be a huge loss. I had some notes. Okay, one second. I'm back. They basically invested 326 million into SPACs, and already in December, when they closed the financial year, they reported 92 million loss on these SPACs. I was hoping, okay, maybe they have a 30% loss on these and it's not so significant, until I started checking it. And again, I promised to respect your time, so I wasn't able to check on all of the SPACs, but I do believe that they will lose around 80 to 90 million dollars on the SPACs. And with the stock-based compensation, which is still question mark, they're going to post a 150 million loss, which will be one of their biggest losses. I believe there was only 2 quarters when they had bigger losses in 2020. I believe that the market is not going to like this, even though this is a paper loss. They didn't sell these investments, which is horrible. So for those of you that want to nerd with me on this, I'm going to show you how I came to this calculation, and I'm going to actually post my Palantir model into our Patreon, which is the first comment on this video. I like these, and if you're a long-term investor, because you gotta have a long-term viewpoint on Palantir, because this baby might be $7 tomorrow. You need to know how you react to that. And my core belief in Palantir didn't change, and I just wish that I didn't buy for $30,000 Friday, the last trading day, and if I could buy after these earnings. Here is management's guidance. They are expecting 443 million and 23 million of adjusted margin, and for the year 27% margin. I do have a model for Palantir, as you can see, and again, I go through this in other videos, but what's cool with this model is that it's showing you that if my assumptions are correct and they're going to have an operating margin of 27% and they have 3% dilution, then the stock price is going to be $29 in 2025. And if you want to have a yearly return of 30%, then you're okay with buying the stock below this price. Okay, so if the market reacts really bad and the stock price goes down to 8, which is, in the current market, anything can happen. I'm just curious what that would mean. 40%, 38. So it's like a 38% compounded annual return up to 2025 if the market reacts really bad to this. I don't know who is left to sell this stock, but if the market reacts bad to this, then it's a crazy opportunity right now. So back to the quarterly estimates. So management is expecting 440 million. I do think that they have headwinds in the operations. I do believe that they're going to have a from the Russia-Ukraine war, the US budget being passed, overall, I look on the internet, I see that they're making more partnerships. I would be surprised if they don't beat, at least on management expectations. My expectations is 460 million, which would be a year-over-year growth of 34%. And again, they're expecting a 23% adjusted operating margin, and adjusted means that not thinking with the stock-based compensation. So that would make an adjusted operating income of 105 million. And this is as far as the good news end. I looked at, okay, how can we estimate the stock-based compensation and the taxes that relate to it? And I went to their shareholder letter of Q4, and here you can see their quarterly losses that they list out, and this is the financial year, and then Q1, 2, 3, 4, and then the financial year. And here you can see the stock-based compensation. So in 2021, they had, around 200 million. So I took, like, you know, they promised that this would normalize. So I took 160 million and 16 million in taxes on this. So I added that into my table, 160 million and 16 million in losses. So we take that, so, you know, they have an operating income, adjusted operating income of 105 million, and then minus this and the taxes. And then we have the SPAC investments. So this was also very hard to find. What is their SPAC investments? This is their 10K form, very boring form. I read it so you didn't have to. Here they have marketable securities, 234 million. So this is already a very big write-off because they invested 326 million. So again, here they lost 92 million already. And then I really wanted to find a list of what are these SPACs. And on page 120 right here, they list out the SPACs. And basically almost all of them are listed on the stock market except for these two. And then I went into TradingView and I found these stocks and I listed them here and I tried to estimate the losses that they had on these. I had no idea. I didn't even put an estimate. These are the two that are private, but I just want to show you. I mean, it hurts to see how much money they have lost. Like, for example, this AstroCat is like 90% down compared to when they bought in. This is another one. This is Babylon Health. They bought in at the SPAC somewhere here and the stock is 1.23 today. Oh my god, this is, if you have ever seen money burning, this is it. Oh, I really hope the SPAC is something that many investors don't understand why Palantir is investing into this. I suspect that, I hope so. I tell myself when I have nightmares about Palantir that they have a bigger picture plan with this, but it's not really understood what their plan is with that. And you see, this was the price around year end, somewhere in the 5s, and then in March quarter ended it was 3 something. So you see, it's compared to the 10. What I'm trying to show here is the pain doesn't even end, you know. And then okay, we look at this other company. This is a Norwegian company, and again they came in at the SPAC here, I believe at 31. This is Norwegian krona, but just 31, and the stock price today is 6. It's like, but this is representative of the market. So I don't want to bore you with all the details. The point is that on this calculation here, they show how much they have invested in this money-wise. And you see the net result of it is 326 million was invested. And then I try to guesstimate based on the prices how much of their investments they have lost. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I have come to that they have lost about $80 million. Again, not thinking with the two privately had, which probably lost in this market. So when you add that back here, again, I believe this is possibly undercalculated, then they will have a total loss of 150 million for this quarter per the GAAP accounting rules. And if we go back to their investment letter here, minus 150 million, you check from Q1, they had worse in Q3 when I guess Alex Karp got a big package. Q4 2020 was worse, and that's it. Their loss will 3x since Q4 2021, and in the current market, it's not going to look good. I don't know how the market is going to react. Again, the operations Palantir is going to report fantastic results, I believe, but the accounting Palantir is going to kill us investors. And I really wish I didn't buy for 30,000 on Friday. And I wish that I could do this after this report. I'm going to make a video straight after the earnings, but be prepared for bloodbath. And I'm sorry to ruin your Sunday, and this was really not clickbait. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.